Welcome to Adarsh Vidyalaya online class. I am Deepa, Department of Commerce. We'll see what are the basics accounting and what is accounting, why we have to prepare accounts in this class. Okay. First of all, you have to know, you have come across the word accounting, accounts, right? The account is nothing but a day-to-day transaction which was owned by the business concern. You can ask me the business concern, what is the main motto of business concern? The business concern is nothing but the person who is commencing the business with the amount of capital. Okay, you can ask me what is capital? Capital is nothing but if I am the business person, if I am the investor of the business concern, I have to invest some amount to run the business, right? If you wanna be an entrepreneur, okay, you have to spend some amount to run the business. The business nature maybe differs, but we have to spend some amount to run the business. We have to spend some amount to commence the business, okay, to commence the business. That amount is known as capital. In any nature, okay, what the business concern will do? Will get the raw material and they can make it into a finished goods. For example, raw material of cotton will be a finished goods of yarn. Raw material of yarn will be a finished goods of cloth. The process between raw material and the finished goods, right? The process between both raw materials and finished goods. There may be a expenses, there may be a income, right? If I am purchasing a raw material, cotton, for example cotton, so I have to purchase the cotton from my supplier. So here what is happening? The transaction. The transaction is nothing but a purchase. I am purchasing a goods from my supplier. On the basis of, it have two types, on the basis of cash or credit. Okay, I can get the raw material from my supplier on the basis of cash. It means I have to pay immediately at the time of purchase. So here the cash transaction is going out there, right? So I am purchasing the raw material on the basis of cash. This is known as cash purchase. Same, I am purchasing a raw material on the basis of credit. Credit is nothing but in Tamil kadan. Okay, I am purchasing the raw material on the basis of credit. Okay, so I can get the raw material immediately, but I may ask permission to pay back. The permission days, it may be in a days, it may be in a month, or it may be a year. Okay, if I am purchasing a raw material, I can say him, not now, I will not pay. Okay, I can pay afterwards because I am your regular customer, right? I am taking a raw material often from you, right? So I will pay in next month. I can say like that to my supplier. They can allow also because I am a regular customer, right? So that amount, that purchase comes under credit purchase. Like that we have so many transactions in accounts. Each and every transaction will be recorded in the books. Those books are called as accounts. Okay. If I am purchasing, if I am selling, all these transactions will be entered in the books of accounts. Before going to the basics of accounts, you have to know the financial year and the calendar year. You have to know the difference between the financial year and the calendar year. What is calendar year? Calendar year is nothing but when our calendar year starts, when we can get a new calendar? At the time of January. So the calendar year is starting from 1/1/2019 and it ends by which month? On December, right? So it ends with 31st December 2019. Okay. After that, financial year. These financial year are to be followed in the big concerns and banks and other legal institutions, because these financial year is starting with 1st April 2019 and it ends with 12 months from 1st April. So, it ends with 31st March 2020. We have came across the bank transaction. They will say year ending we are closing the accounts at the time of March, right? So, that is what the banks are following the financial year. Okay. So, the calendar year starts with January and ends with the end of the December, 31st December, and the financial starts with 1st April and it ends with the next year 31st December. Okay. So, here the transaction may differ. Okay. It may be a purchase, it may be a sales, it may be a income, it may be a expenses. You can ask me what is expenses. Okay. If you want to buy pencil to use of your office, you are running the business, so definitely you have an office, right? So, you have to buy some stationery for the office. So, the amount which we was spent towards getting something, towards stationery, the amount is going outward, that is known as expenses. The income is nothing but if the amount is coming inward, if we are receiving the amount, that is known as income. You can ask me, ma'am, at the time of sales we have received the amount, right? So, that is called as income? Yes, that is also called as income. In every business concerns, they will sell a goods with a motive of profit. Okay. If the manufacturing cost of the goods is 2 rupees means they will add 50 paise of a profit. So, the selling price will be 2 rupees 50 paise. Okay. All the business concern will works under only one motive. What motive? Profit motive. Okay. In this scenario, we have to prepare accounts, because day to day we meet expenses, day to day we meet incomes, and day to day transactions are to be occurring. So, in all the transaction we couldn't keep in our mind. So, we can record in the books. Those books are known as accounts. Okay. How to record, how to enter those transactions in the books? Okay. First one is we have to know the transaction. The transaction is nothing but, I have told you already, if I am purchasing a goods, that is the transaction. The purchased goods on the basis of cash or credit, that is also comes under transaction. If I am selling the goods, that is a transaction. Okay, these are all comes under transaction. These transactions are to be recorded in the books. Okay, these are all transactions are to be recorded in the books. After that, what we have to do? After recording, we have to classify and we have to summarize. Likewise, we have many processes on accounts. Before that, we can see the definition. So, this definition which was given by American Institution of Certified Public Accounts. Okay. This definition was given by American Institution of Certified Public Accounts. What they have said? Accounting is an art. So, this is an art. Accounts is an art. Okay. Of what? Account is the art of recording, classifying and summarizing. Recording means those transactions to be recorded. Right. After recording, what we have to do? We have to classify whether it is a purchase, whether it is a expenses, whether it is a income, whether it is a sales, like that we have to classify the transactions. Okay. After recording the transaction, we have to classify. After classifying, okay, we have to summarize, we have to find some abstract from them. Okay, that is what summarizing. So, accounts is the art of recording the transaction, classifying the transaction and summarizing the transaction. The process, we have to record and we have to classify under which category, and we have to summarize the particular category in a significant manner, in a right manner. in a correct manner, then only we can ensure the amount, we can ensure the profit or loss of the business, then only we can ensure the financial position of the business. Okay. In terms of money, transactions and event, I have told you, right, it may be a cash transaction, it will also to be entered, it may be a credit transaction, it is also takes part in accounts. Okay. Which are part at least of a financial character, and we have to interpret. Okay, and we have to classify and we can get the results. Okay. So, accounting is an art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner in terms of money, transaction and events which are in part at least of a financial character, interpreting the results. Okay. So, accounting is nothing but the transaction which is to be recorded, classified and summarized. Okay. After that, what is the use of accounting? What is the why we are preparing the accounts? Okay. Why we are preparing the account? What is the use of accounts? The use of accounts is nothing but to find out the financial position, to find out the results, net results. You can ask me, what is financial position, ma'am? Financial position is nothing. Okay, if you are running a business, at the end of the every month or at the end of the every year, you should know whether the business is going in a right way, whether we are receiving the profit or not. We have to know, then only we can enhance the business by using other mottos, right? Then only we can enhance the business, then only we can enhance the profit. So, we should know the financial position of the business, whether the business is going in a profit way or it is going in a loss way. If it is going in a loss way, what are the measures we have to take to increase the profit, to increase the sales? Like that, it is used to find out the financial position of the business. And the net results, you can ask me, what is net results? I have told you, every transaction must be classified. Okay. The classifications, the accounts we have maintained in the separate page. For example, if I take purchase accounts, okay, at the end of the year, the amount of purchase will be the net result of purchase account, right? Like that, at the end of the year, the amount of profit or loss will be a net result of the concern. Okay. And the last one is meet legal requirements. If I am running the big concerns, okay, if I am running a business transactions, that means I have to pay some tax. Those legal requirements will be enhanced by the maintenance of accounts. Okay, if I am maintaining the account, I can show them as a proof. I am maintaining this account, this is my profit and this is my expenses and this is my income. So, I have to pay only this much of tax. Like that, we can prove ourselves to the legal authorities to meet legal requirements. To get the loan, we can show the accounts. If I need loan, if you need personal loan, they will ask you one statement, right? What is the statement? I need last 2 years bank statements. Like that, they can ask, right? Ask like that. If the business is needing a amount, they can show the accounts. Okay, they can show the accounts and they can get the loan from easily from this. Okay, so to meet the legal requirements. So, this is to use what? Finding the financial position, to finding the net results and meet the legal requirements. What are the branches of accounts? Okay, we have 3 kinds. One is financial accounting, another one is cost accounting, and the last one is management accounting. One is financial accounting, cost accounting and the management accounting. The financial accounting is nothing but which deals with the amount, which deals with the raw material to finished goods, the process. The cost accounting is showing the efficiency of labor and the machinery. and the management accounting is to prevent the business, to prevent the profit, to prevent the sales. Okay. So, these are all accounts to be maintained. This is all the branches of accounting. In 11th and 12th standard, we can see financial accounting. If you are taking a computer science second group, you will be having a financial accounting paper in second year. If you are taking a BCom, we have financial accounting paper. These are all 11th and 12th basics will comes under every second year of your degree course. If you are taking BCA, if you are taking BSc CS, you will be having one accountancy paper. Those accountancy paper will contain of financial accounts. Those are all the basics will contains in 11th and 12th standard. Okay. That 11th and 12th standard basics will be also in your degree courses. Okay. So, concentrate on your basics. If we are strong in basics, then only we can do the sums, right? So, we have to know the basics. So, these are all the branches of accounting. Next one, classification of accounts. Okay, in financial accounting, we have some classification of accounts. Okay, what are those accounts? The account first one is personal account. Personal means it represents a person. A person who is involving into the business concern will comes under personal account. The person who is involving in the business concern will comes into a personal account. Okay. So, in personal account we have some classification. We can classify in personal account, for example, debtor or creditor. You can ask me who is a debtor, who is a creditor, and what is debit and what is credit, right? You might be having the doubt because you have already come across the word debit and credit. If you are seeing your father's mobile, the amount is credited in your account while receiving the amount. While we are swiping the ATM card, the message will be comes on display. You have debited, like that you have came across the word debit and credit, right? Those debit and credit will be classified under this categories, these three categories. Okay, I will show you by seeing the real account. I will show you what is the message they have given, what is the meaning of debiting the amount and what is the meaning of crediting the amount. Okay, before that we can see the personal account. Personal account is nothing but a person who is involving into the business concern, right? Who is a debtor? Consider that you are a bank. Okay, consider that you are a bank. I am getting some loan from you. Example of rupees 10,000. I have got the loan from you of rupees 10,000. In your point of view, you have given me a cash. So, your amount is locked with me. I have to give you amount, right? So, in your point of view, I am your debtor. In your point of view, I am your debtor because your amount is locked with me. If you ask you have to pay means I should pay, right? I have to pay and I should pay because that is your amount. So, your asset is locked with me. So, I am your debtor. In my point of view, that is not my cash of rupees 10,000, right? I have to pay back. I am liable to pay the amount. I have to pay back and I am liable to pay the amount. In my point of view, the bank, your is a creditor. The bank is a creditor. Yourself is a creditor for me. Consider that you are a bank. I have got an amount from you. So, in your point of view, I am your debtor. So, in my point of view, I am liable to pay, right? In my point of view, I am liable to pay the amount to you. In my point of view, you are a creditor. Okay. A person who is involving in the business will be considered under personal accounts. And the next one is real account. Real account is always deals with assets and liabilities. Okay. So it deals with assets and liabilities. What is assets? What is liabilities? Asset is nothing but a value. Okay. For example, if I am running the business, I have to get some vehicles, I have to get some machineries, I have to get some computers, I have to purchase some furnitures. All those items will come under assets. Okay. All those items will come under assets. You can ask me, ma'am, if you are getting a machinery, for example, I am getting a machinery of rupees 50,000. So the cash is going outward, right? So it is expenses only, ma'am. Like that you can ask me. Yes, of course, the cash is going outward. But the accurate cost of the cash, accurate cost of 50,000, I have a machinery. I have got a machinery. Right? So those are all items is known as assets. And liability is nothing but in Tamil term, we can say it as poruppukal. I have already explained you. Consider you are the bank. Right? So I have got a 10,000 from you. I am liable to pay back the amount. Right? I am liable to pay back the amount to you, right? It's my liability. Right? So which is liable? Which I am liable? If I have workers, okay, I am liable to give them the welfare, right? Those are all comes under liabilities, okay. In assets, we have two classification. One is tangible, another one is intangible. What is tangible? Tangible assets means the asset which we can see, feel and touch. Okay, which we can see, feel and touch in the asset category. Intangible assets, we have some classification. Okay, intangible assets, we have some classification. Nothing but intangible assets, we have current assets and fixed assets. Okay, current assets and fixed assets. So, intangible, we have current assets and fixed assets. Current asset is nothing but the instrument which we can easily convert it into cash. Example, check. If I have received the check, okay, you have given me a check of rupees 5,000. If I take the check and put it to the collection into the bank, I can get the 5,000 easily. So I can convert the check into cash easily. That are all items will come under current assets. Fixed asset is nothing but I have told you already, a machinery, a vehicle, a computer, all these are all comes under fixed assets. Okay, this is classified under tangible assets. You can ask me, what is intangible, ma'am? It is just opposite to tangible assets. Intangible means which we cannot see, feel and touch. Is there any asset which we can feel, see or touch? Yes, it is. In accounts term, we can call it as goodwill. We can call it as goodwill. You can ask me, what is goodwill, ma'am? This term is new to me. Like that you can ask me, I will explain you. Okay. by the example of gadgets. You have already come across the word Android and iPhone, right? Yes? If I am giving you a iPhone and Android, which is your choice, like that I can ask you, okay, I am giving you a phone, which one you need? If your parents is asking, we can go and get a mobile phone, which one you will prefer, like that they will say. If you say Android, why you are not choosing an iPhone? Then you will say, yeah, absolutely, we can get iPhones, like that you can say, right? Because of the brand. Okay, the brand, the Apple symbol will admire you, right? Because we are rushing towards the brands. We are preferring the brands because it will gives us a prestigious image. Yes or no? So you can ask me, by naming of brand, how will you get into accounts, ma'am? What you are saying? Like that you can ask me. Yes, you can ask me. If I am having two mobile phones, for example, this is iPhone and this is Android phone. Okay, if I am giving you a two mobile phone with the same feature, both the mobiles are in the same feature. Okay, so this Android costs 10,000. Obviously this iPhone costs higher or lower or the same price? Obviously it's higher, right? Because it's a brand, by the name of brand. The same feature mobile phone, but the cost is higher than the actual one, right? So this is 10,000, this iPhone is 20,000. What is the difference between both two? 10,000. So the different cost is known as goodwill. By the good name of the brand, then only we can sell the product with a high profit motive, right? So the same feature mobiles, same feature products will be sold on the market with a different price. One is higher, another one is lower. Right? One is higher, another one is lower. So the different amount is known as goodwill. Okay. So in real account we have two classification. One is assets and liabilities. In assets we have two classification. One is tangible and intangible. In tangible assets we have two classification. One is current asset, another one is fixed asset. Okay. In liabilities we have current liabilities. Okay. You can ask me, in liability what is the current liability, ma'am? I can say the example of bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is a short term loan. You can ask me, what is short term loan, ma'am? I can get the amount from my bank. If I am a regular customer, I am transacting a crores in my bank's account. I can ask them a help. Give me some amount as a overdraft, I will pay back you in a month. Okay, so I am liable to pay the amount within a 1 month, within a short duration. Those are all known as short term investment. Like that we have current liabilities. Okay, and the last one is nominal. First one is personal, second one is real, and the last one is nominal. Nominal accounts deals with expenses and incomes. So you can ask me, what is expenses? I have explained you, right? If I have to purchase stationery for my office purpose, I have to spend amounts towards stationery. So the cash is going outward, which is known as expenses. If I have 10 workers, I have to pay salary. So the amount is going outward. So that is also a expenses. If I have to pay the rent, the amount is going outward. That is also a expenses. Opposite to that, income. If I am receiving the rent, it is a income. If I am receiving the salary, it is a income. Like that, all the expenses and incomes will come under nominal account. Okay, all the expenses and incomes will come under nominal account. Clear? By seeing this account, we have golden rules. We have golden rules of accounts. Okay, just surf in the net, golden rules of account. You can see the personal, real, nominal account and what should be debit and what should be credit. In next class, we can see the golden rules. Okay. So, before that we can see the overview of introduction class. So, we have seen the definition. The definition was given by American Institution of Certified Public Accounts. Okay. So, what they have said, accounting is an art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions and events which are part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results. And the functions of this is recording, classifying, summarizing and finding the net financial position, net results and meet legal requirements. And what are the branches of accounting? We have three branches. One is financial accounting, another one is cost accounting and the last one is management accounting. And the last one we have seen the classification of accounts. Personal account, the person who is involving in the business will comes under personal account. Real account, all assets and liabilities will comes under real account. In nominal account, all expenses and incomes will comes under nominal account. We have classified those transactions into these three categories. Okay, we can see next class in golden rules. Okay, thank you.